How is everybody? Oh my gosh, this is my third live. My goal here is to get better. That's my goal. Um, I noticed that it sounds better when I'm in the car. That's why everybody does them in the car. And I forgot my microphone. It was sitting right next to the phone. I don't know how I managed not to pick it up, but I did. All right, and our topic today I think is pretty timely. And it is about feminine expression. Okay. Now I'm going to be looking down on occasion here, and I'm going to try and keep track of everybody that's there. If you can hear me, I'm going to need you to tell me. Put a 1 in the comments, say hi, let me know that you can hear me. So if I don't see any response, I am going to assume that nobody hears me. Okay, there is one. Hello. I need to get a bigger screen. I don't know how to say your name. Anaisha Morris. Thank you for the 1. And there's one other person, it looks like. All right. Well, thank you for coming to my live. And we're going to get started because I don't see a reason to delay. All right. So let's talk about some of the reasons why the manosphere and red pill men are attacking the feminine expression. Okay. And by feminine expression, I mean how you kind of Shalom, oh, that's a pretty name. Hi, thanks for the 1. At least I can know somebody out there hears me. All right. And we're going to cover the myriad of things. And they're the things that they talk about. And then there's a few things that they don't really talk about. We're going to talk about those too. The wigs, the weaves, the braids, interesting or exotic hairstyles, long nails, decorated nails. What else do they talk about? They think, oh, the makeup. All right, that's a big one too. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. And one of the things that I hear in red pill manosphere, what are they doing? When they go on the panels and they're talking to each other. Okay. And one of the things that they say, this is some of the quotes that I hear. The quotes, they say things like, oh, you're being fake. And I don't know who I'm dating. And if you really loved yourself, you would go natural. And they talk about, the need to go for natural hair. All right. And they say that other women use their own hair, which is not true. We know that wigs and weaves are worn by women world over. All right. That's just something, and makeup too. All of it is something that is a part of feminine expression that women all over the world do. Okay. It has been since the beginning of time. So what they're doing is they're kind of making it up. Oh, the black women are the only ones that do this. That's not true. All right. Black women are the only ones that add extra hair. That's not true. All right. And of course the makeup is ridiculous because makeup is bought and sold world over, all right, and has been for centuries, all right. Before there was a market for it, women made their own makeup, all right. Make it in your kitchen and put it on. So what happens is when these men get together, and what they're trying to do is essentially they want to control women, all right. And when women are in their full femininity, when they're doing all their feminine expression, when we're painting our toes and painting our faces and putting on our beautiful clothes, we're powerful. Okay, there is power there, feminine power. All right, and they don't like that. Okay, they will tell you, oh, I like a natural woman. No, they don't, because they don't even know what a natural woman really looks like most of the time. Okay. One of the famous quotes that I've heard a long time ago was they say, well, I want you to be, natural like Kim Kardashian, who, pretty much spackles on her makeup. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. They don't even know what natural is. So, their desire to talk about, and undermine women who wear makeup is to remove some of the power that women have. Okay. Because when you're, in your full feminine expression, you're powerful, you're beautiful, and beautiful attracts a lot of attention. And not only attention, it attracts competition. All right, and they don't like competition. That was one of the reasons I did my series. I think I did 4 videos on men in competition. All right, these men who are in red pill manosphere spaces, they don't like competition. Okay, they don't like that they're competing for your time, your energy, your love, your affection against other men. So if they can pull you in and get you in their circle, one of the first things they want to do is get you to be as unattractive as humanly possible. Okay? No, they don't want other men looking at you because other men present a challenge. Other men are their competition, and they do not like competition. All right? So that's one of the things that you have to remember, because as I said in the videos, these men don't like competition because they were not really brought up to be competitors. They were kind of brought up to be non-competitors who really are just kind to they want the prize, but they don't want to compete. So they want to change the rules. They don't like the rules, okay? And the rules of mating are pretty clear. And men make them up, all right? So it's not like we made them up. Men made the rules. That the men with the most amount of influence, the most amount of influence, the most amount of assets and resources, they get the best women, all right? They make up that rule, and the men who are trying to change the rules or not follow the rules, they don't like any of that. So, okay, they don't want any competition. So, and even on first dates, I saw a video, and a young man invited a woman on a date to a state park. So they're sitting in a park on a rock, and I'm assuming that he's filming. I'm not sure who's filming, and this is a Caucasian couple, and he wanted to know why she didn't wear any makeup. And it's like, you invite a woman to a park on a date. She had to climb up on some rocks to get to where he was, all right? And you want her to wear makeup? There's a lot of weirdness about women in makeup. Now, this particular man wanted her to wear makeup. Our men don't want us to wear makeup. The men who are in the manosphere red pill, oh no, we don't want you wearing makeup. And their excuse is it's not real, it's fake, or we don't know who you are under that makeup. And baby, you never will, okay? Especially since you act in this way on a date. That's just how that's gonna work. And so they're trying to bring women down. They don't want them to be so powerful, and they don't want them to be so beautiful because it attracts attention, okay? And it also shows a level of uniqueness. When a woman is expressing herself, her feminine traits, her feminine expression, the way she does her hair, the type of clothes she wears, how she wears them, all of that shows a level of uniqueness. And some men absolutely adore that. They love it, love it, love it. They will when I was dating one guy, he loved that I never looked the same twice. He thought that was awesome. He was like, I never know what you're going to show up as. Some men love it. Other men, and they don't like that. They don't understand it. It's too much power. You're still attracting too much attention. And it makes it so that it's hard for you to be controlled. Because if I can look one way today, another way tomorrow, next week I look totally different, he doesn't really, that consistency is gone. Here you are, you're doing all these different things with your looks, and he pretty much looks the same every time you see him. That's kind of annoying for some of these men. And we are talking about men with very low self-esteem. Okay, you always need to remember that. We're talking with non-competitive men, all right? And we're talking about men who really don't know how to relate to women, don't really understand women, and most of the time don't really like women. So all of the things that women do annoy them. Oh, why are you wearing high heels? Why are you wearing that? Why are you wearing a dress this time? Why are you so dressed up? Why? And sometimes you see it as a joke, kind of, on some videos, but that's a true thing, all right, where they don't like that. They don't like that you stand out. it threatens them. It threatens whatever relationship you have, even before you get into a relationship. Patty says black men are raised to be women. Some of them are. Some of them are incredibly petty, incredibly petty. It's really odd for me to watch because I grew up in an era where men were taught to be men. Essentially, they're just a different group of men. And when I sit and I listen to some of these men, okay, now I'll have to just tell you, just as a caveat, I can't stand whining. Okay, I cannot stand whining. I told my son this when I was raising him. Quit whining. What is the problem here where you're constantly whining? And when I sit and watch Red Pill Manosphere videos, the whining, it just gives me a freaking headache. They complain and whine about everything. They complain and whine about everything about women. And like most people say, yeah, they don't really like women. They want to be women. When I see some of the things they wear on dates, I'm like, I don't understand. And I'm sure age has something to do with it, but I don't understand. Did you think that was appropriate? I mean, you coming in, you got your rumpled t-shirt, your jeans that look like you've been working in all day. There's nothing interesting about you. You didn't take any time to take care of you. A lot of these guys are so incredibly unkempt. It's like, oh my goodness, what happened to men that they thought that this was appropriate to come on a date with? When I see you at the place and I'm looking at you and you look a hot mess, it's like, you didn't even take the time to even clean up. Your presentation is so terrible. It's like, this is supposed to be the thing or cool. So I have an issue with that to begin with. But at any rate, so they don't like the competition. They don't like that you're attracting attention. You're pulling attention when they take you out and people are commenting on your, and I went out on a date once and women kept coming up and talking about my hair. And I forget what I had done to it. It was something fun. And women were just, and you know how we are. We come up and talk about, how did you get your hair like that? Oh, I love your hair. And after about the third or fourth person, he was getting annoyed. Oh, see, too much attention. Too much attention. You're getting too much attention. I don't like that. Attention's supposed to be on me. As opposed to other men who are like, oh, wow. Look at. Yeah, they love that stuff, that you are, able to pull attention because that makes him look good. But, for some of these folks, the rules are definitely different. All right, and that's another thing, is the attention you get as a beautiful woman, as a woman who changes up her look, as a woman who stands out from a crowd. Your makeup is beautifully done. Your hair is beautifully done. You're wearing this gorgeous outfit and people are looking, and they really don't know what to do with that. They really don't know how to respond. So the natural response for some of these guys is anger. Watching them on podcasts, they will say things like, well, who does she think she is? Women need too much attention. Women and attention is a big one. Oh my goodness, they are annoyed that women can call forth attention from other people. Not only other women, but other men too. And it irritates a lot of them. It's almost as if the attention should be on them instead of on their woman. And so they want to make sure that, hey, you're wearing makeup and I don't like that. And that hair, that's not even your hair. Well, I bought it and I paid for it. It's mine. All right. So these men are constantly attacking that because they really don't know how to handle it. Their level of insecurity is so high that they can't seem to figure out that this is how women are. And it's really odd to watch when you sit and watch, Manosphere, because and it's interesting too, because I watch Manosphere and Red Pill videos from men who look like us and men who don't look like us, these men. And the men who look like this, they never bring it up. They never bring it up. And I've watched hundreds of them. They don't talk about women's, because they want their women to look good, which is really just, it shows you just how strange it is that our men feel threatened by how good we look. I mean, take a minute and think about that. white men, and it's mostly just white men, mostly men, I would guess in their 30s to maybe 50s. They never bring it up. They never bring up the hair. They never bring up the makeup. They never bring up anything to do with how women, adorn themselves. It's never brought up. It's not a part of the conversation. Only with men who look like us. And so, you got to wonder, is it, there's got to be something else going on there. But at any rate, so attention is a big part of it. The fact that you can pull attention from other people, and they really are not competitors. They don't know how to compete. And so when you stand out in a crowd and he's sitting at a table watching other people watching you, it angers him because he really doesn't know how to turn it on and get your attention and impress you. So he's got to bring you down because, baby, all this attention, you way up here. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. So there's some psychological issues on this that if I can find it, I'll bring it to you. But yeah, I found that with white men, they never bring it up. Never. In fact, the whole point is to get the prettiest girls. And with black men, that's not the point at all. The point is to bring women down. And you can clearly see the difference. Clearly. They are angry at black women, and I'm talking about men who look like us. They are angry at us. They are upset that we're getting attention. And it's almost, well, I'm not even going to say almost. They want us to suffer. They really do. They want us to suffer. Whatever has happened to these men in the past, they want women to suffer. I want you to suffer. Whoever it was that hurt them, that made their life miserable, whoever it was that did whatever they did to them, it's like they now want every woman afterward to suffer. It's like, look, I didn't do nothing. I never even met you before. And there's some disconnect. Now, and of course, I've talked about this too, is that the men who sell Manosphere, Red Pill, the podcasters, oh baby, they are straight up endorsing everything, okay? If it will rile up their followers, they'll say it. Okay, they will rile them up and say, oh, we can't stand them bees. We can't stand them. And who do they think they are? And all that fake stuff they put on, other women don't do that. Yeah, they do. Other women put on makeup. Other women get their nails done. Other women wear wigs, weaves. They wear everything that they want to get. Their hair gets colored every, red, white, whatever. And so it is an anger directed to us. And it is pointing out things that other women do and acting like we're the only ones that do it. So now I got a second part here. Does anybody have any questions about anything I said? If you can hear me, let's see. We have, I think it says we got 13. Oh, that's awesome. That's like 4 times as many as I've ever had. So that's awesome. Thank you guys for coming to my live. I appreciate it. This particular subject really just irritates me in a lot of ways. Why? And the more I watch, the more irritated I become. It is about power. It is about control. A lot of times they want women to be a certain way so that they can more easily control them. It is incredibly difficult to control a beautiful woman, especially if she knows she's beautiful. All right. If I know I look good and you step out of line, I'm out. And they don't want that because some of them are incredibly needy too. They are so needy. I don't understand why they have to be this way. And when you catch them out, when you catch them at their game, what's the first thing they do? They call you evil, which I find hilarious. You evil bee. All she did was figure out what you were doing. All she did was look at you, listen to you, hear your mess, and understand who you are, and call you on it. And now she's an evil bee because she called you out on who you are. The disconnect is very real. And one of the things I talked about with competition is that if you are a competitive man and you have been taught early on to compete, and I use my son always, but one of the things that he had to learn when he was playing organized sports is that you're not always going to win. Okay, you're not always going to win. And If you're going to play this game, you have to understand that you are not always going to win. All right. Um, the level of anger that you see with these men when they lose, when they cannot have what they want, is really a bit troublesome, because they have, it's like they're toddlers in an adult body. They're having tantrums, they're yelling and screaming and threatening violence, and quite a few of them, as you can see, are actually following through with it because they don't know how to control their anger. I don't know what happened where, it was okay to act this way, because I'm sure they've lost before. If you're going to play any game at all, ever, you have to understand that, yeah, you're going to have to, everybody loses at some point, and how do you cope with that anger? And for these men, no, they do not do well with losing. Yeah, they absolutely hate it when you peep game. They hate when you peep game. But it's like, you know what? If anybody going to peep game, it's going to be us, because we know them. And that's one of the things that I said in another video too, is that, baby, I know you because I was raised with you, okay? Not only the cultural aspects, but, as a girl growing up, you learn to watch and pay attention when you're around them, because they are so unexpected and they do weird stuff, and you got to follow them and, really pay attention. And so when they start acting funny, and I'll give you an example. I remember my son had lied to me about something, and I knew he was lying, and, the way he looks when he lies is a tell, okay? You can, just the look, he looked guilty. He looked like he done stole something and mama done caught him and you busted, okay? So I know that look. And so, and I told him once, I says, I know you're lying. I know you're lying because I know you. And now mine has been trained where, hey, no, we're not going to get all that upset. But when you peep game to them, baby, they don't like it. It's like, how you know? Yeah, I know. And you can lie to me all you want, but I know you well enough to know the things that you are saying, the things that you are doing are not true. All right. And so a lot of them, yeah, they get so angry because they think, oh, I'm smarter than everybody. Nobody knows what I'm doing. I am, I'm a player. I'm a player. I can run game day in and day out. And they are clueless that they are giving off signals left and right. All that nervous energy for me, the slow lies, it's like, please, I'm old. When you get old, you see all kind of stuff because you have a lot of time to just sit and watch. But they don't like to get caught out in their lie. And they will lie harder when you catch them. I don't know what you mean. It's like, dude, I know you. I know you're lying. I know that you are trying to run game on me, and it's not working. These folks they're in another space altogether. I have to pull up my glasses to see. I have bifocals, so I have to pull them up to see at the bottom to read what you're typing. Hi, Kim. Hi, Harrison. Thank you guys for coming to my live. So feminine expression really does make them upset. It shows the uniqueness, the power of women. It shows that they're gonna have to compete for you. And if you notice, some men really like for you to get big once you start dating them. Oh, they like that. Oh, get big, go ahead, because they want you to get big so you don't go nowhere. Oh, she's too big to go anywhere. And then they complain that you're big, but they like you big because they don't want you to go nowhere. They don't want you attracting too much attention. And, it's kind of like when you're a bigger woman, you still attract attention. You just attract it from different men. And attention, again, bothers them. They don't like that competition. And so when you wear your bright colors, when you're out there, you get your nails done and you're looking cute and you're happy and you're joyful and you're doing the things that you're doing. And a lot of them, they can't handle that. And that's why sometimes you'll get them where they'll, oh, you cute, but you ain't that cute. Oh, well then we're going to cut you out because obviously, you don't appreciate how cute I am or how good looking I am. But, these men have always got to kind of bring you down a notch. That's one of the things. And that's something that they teach in both sides. When I look at the manosphere, red pill stuff, they like to bring you down a notch. We don't want you to be too confident. Uh, and that level of confidence uh, means that you're still, in their mind, you're still looking. So let's suppose, you're out and you're dating this guy. Maybe you've been dating for a couple of weeks, and, you show up and you're looking a little too good, because when you go out, baby, you're going to attract some attention. All right. And for the non-competitive men, the men who are the whining and complaining ones, they don't want too much competition. They really don't handle it well. And you'll be able to tell that because they'll start saying little nasty stuff. And you ladies have seen this before, where they, we're going to say some little nasty stuff to kind of just prick your feelings a little bit. We're going to prick our feelings a little bit. And when I was younger, I would be just like, oh. As I got older, baby, I had a bite. Don't come for me if you don't want me to come for you, okay? That's all I have to say. You say something mean, then you're gonna get something mean back, and they don't do well with that. At any rate, now I said I was going to keep this at 30 minutes. Does anybody have any questions for me, or anything you want to relate? Because I think that it is important that, feminine expression be a part of all of us, and that we not let these men come in and, spoil our fun. And I think I did a stitch on a lady who said, she had her braids in and she had her nails done. And she was like, oh, see him, the guy that was with her, he's like, oh, I love all of it. He's like, oh, yeah, that looks good. And that's the men we really want to be dating. Men who say, oh, that's pretty. Oh, what are you going to do today? Oh, I like your hair. Oh, I like how you did. Because see, for most men, feminine expression is why they date women. They love all that stuff. Oh, you got on a skirt? You got on high heels? Oh, you got your hair cute? Oh, they love all of that. It is only the red-pilled manosphere men who are insecure, non-competitive, bitter, angry little men who are out here giving every woman a hard time because they really cannot cope with the competition of being, around a beautiful woman. And in their mind, there is only one expression of beauty, and that's theirs, whatever that looks like to them, and nothing else is worth anything. But there are billions of men in this world. Because you don't like it, don't mean somebody else won't love it. Love it every day, every way. Can't get enough of it. Talk about it. Love it. Do more. Whatever you want to do is fine. We'll pay for it. Oh, yeah, I said that. We'll pay for it. Oh, you want your nails done? Okay, I like that. That's pretty. Oh, you need some help with your hair? Okay, I'll do that. That's pretty. For that very reason, okay, because they like it. They want more of it. They want you to be happy, and they are enjoying watching you be happy. And so do not let these men discourage you. Go out there, do it all. Do whatever brings you joy and happiness, and know that it's not you, it is them. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, because most men don't do this, okay? Even the red-pilled manosphere men of other races don't do this, okay? They are perfectly fine with their women dressing up and looking good. They love that. But men who look like us have a special issue with this. And that's why I would say, if you get a man who comes along and says something about, your wig, your weave, your braids, your nails, don't date him. Don't even bother. And don't argue with them, because they love arguing. Oh, and they make stuff up. Nobody else does that. Sure they do. All women do this. All over the world and have for centuries. Don't let them discourage you from doing all the fun parts if they bring it up. Now, I've never had anybody bring it up because nobody's ever brought it up. But if any man brings it up at some point where, why aren't you wearing your natural hair? Why are you wearing your wig? Why? Don't date him. Just don't date him. Don't try and explain it to him. Don't try and get him to understand. Just know that you're dealing with a very weak man, a very insecure man, and a man who really has some issues with black women, because you see, they never bring it up with women of other races who are doing the exact same thing. Okay, we're at 29:40. All right, thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all so much. If there is any topic you would love for me to cover in more depth, Feel free to send me a message or leave a note under the comments under my videos. I'll try and put this on tonight. I'm not sure exactly how long everything takes me. I'll try and get it up right away because everything's still kind of new. So I'm like, okay, let me just hurry up and put it on before I forget. Oh, good for you, Harrison. Good for you, because yeah, these particular men are bold and wrong. These particular men are watching red pill manosphere content, and don't waste your time. Just don't. It's not worth it, because any man who sits up and listens to this mess, he probably needs some therapy. Probably a lot of it. All right. Love you, ladies. Thank you all for showing up. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Now I have to figure out how to turn it off.